Hi folks, Dave with DBSTechTalk. Lately, there's been some comments being made on my channel regarding my first impressions video about the Monoprice Retros. And in that first impressions video, I mentioned that I should not have to change pads for a $25 pair of headphones. I stand by that comment. I stand by that comment no matter if it's a $25 pair of headphones or a $5,000 pair of headphones. I should not have to change the stock pads. Now, as a lot of you know, watching videos, watching my reviews, I do change pads on headphones. AKGs have different pads. What else do I have? The Hi-Fi-Man HE4XXs have different pads. The Baradynamic Custom Studios, I tried different pads. The Marantz Pro MPH2s, I put different pads on. So why do I put different pads on? I put pads on for comfort. I do not put them on to change the sound whatsoever of a headphone. I like that the replacement pad should keep the stock sound. With one caveat, and that is if I'm modifying the headphone. If I am purposely going to change the sound and the signature of the headphone, I will put different pads on to change the sound, because I understand different types of pads change the sound quality. My M1060s were that way. When I purchased those, I knew I was changing the pads. I knew I was going to change the sound of those headphones. I did not buy those headphones to use them in stock form. Plain and simple. I purchased them to mod them, which is the reason why I put different pads on them. I tried numerous different pads. And in fact, I modified them so that I could put different pads onto them and have different sound signatures, like 3 different ones. And when I sold them, I let the person know that purchased them that use these pads, you'll get these signatures. All other headphones that I change pads on is for comfort. The AKGs here, which you can't see in the screen, these, when I purchased them, the stock pads are a little lacking. And so I had a pair just sitting around the house and I tried them on and they kept the same sound signature and they feel a whole lot better on the head. All the other headphones I currently have the stock pads on them, except for the HE4XX. And those I just put a different pair of Daconis on because I personally prefer Daconis over Brainwaves. I think they're more comfortable. That's just my opinion. With all that said, the Retros. The stock pads are okay to me. They're comfy. I do not have a problem with them on my ears. I think that they are okay for the price point. I'm not saying that they're the most comfortable headphone in the world. I'm not comparing them to the Mr. Speakers Aeon Flow Opens or anything like that, but they're comfortable. So I honestly do not have an issue with using the stock pad, which is why I made the comment, I do not need to change the pads. I do have some other pads just laying around. I have some Dakoni pads that actually will fit the Retros. So, Wounded Audiophile, this is for you. I'm going to replace the stock pads from the Retros with a couple different pairs of Daconis. I'm going to do it live right here on this video, and I'll let you know if I like the sound better. Now, granted, I'm going to say one thing before we get started. With the stock pads on, I have noticed the seal is not very good for me. I have to actually press the headphones in a little bit in order to get a proper seal. So I'm hoping that by changing these pads, I will get a better seal. Comfort will probably improve because these aren't the greatest pads. And I'm using Dakoni pads. We will see if the sound improves. Comfort is my main focus here in getting a proper seal. If the sound improves, which it should, because if I get a better seal, obviously sound will sound better, your point will be taken. But I am going to try it. But I am not recommending that you go and buy Dakoni pads or Brainwave pads for these headphones. They should be able to be played stock, and they're not very good with stocks, in my opinion. With that said, let's try Daconis. First set of Daconis that I have on are the Fenestrateds. First off, they do fit better. I can already tell that. I have a little bit better of a seal. They fit better on my head, and yes, they are more comfortable. Let's see, what do we got? We have Blade Runner soundtrack. Let's do the song 2049. Make sure that we're not muted here on the 788. Go to about 20 dB. I will say this, they do seal better, and I do not have that weird cavernous sound. So a thumbs up on that. We'll skip forward a little bit here. Okay, going to change songs. We're going to go to Ace of Base, The Sign. We're going to change songs again. We're going to go to Bob Marley, Turn Your Lights Down Low. All right, we're going to change it up again. We're going to go to Carmen, Sunday School Rock. Enya, Only Time. Okay, we're going to do Matt Boswell, A Mighty Fortress. Next, we're going to do Michael McDonald, I Keep Forgetting. Okay, now I know that those are very brief listens, okay, and I understand that. But I will say this, and I'll do a full review and I'll include my thoughts about the pads. These pads do improve a couple areas. They improve comfort. I already knew that going in, okay? Also, they do a better job of sealing, which means that the bass comes forward. But they do not improve the treble or the mids. There is still a interesting sound coming from the treble. It's not as harsh in some songs. Now, I didn't play any super trebly songs, but you can feel the graininess and the clarity isn't quite there. And then on the mids, at times they definitely are recessed, and at times they can feel even more. Now, you don't get quite the cavernous sound that you do with the stock pads, and that's probably because I have a little bit better of a seal. But at the same time, I wouldn't say that the mids are particularly great. Okay. The bass definitely is improved. Now, it's not thumping and it's not like rocking my head and it's not super deep, but I can definitely tell that these have more bass in them than they do with a stock pad. Now, I have one other pair of pads, but I don't think I'm going to try them just because the Duconi Fenestrateds work better, and I don't think that these will fit properly. Now, these are the Duconi Blue pad. It is angled, and it is velour with leather on the outside. I don't think they're going to work very well with that, but you know what? Let's try it. Give me a moment here, and we will slap them on. And we'll play a couple songs. See if we can do this quickly. Now, again, I do not recommend that you go out and buy pads for these. And I'm going to stand by that comment. Okay, almost done. Okay, I mean, these Duconis are pushing $70. So I don't see a reason why you would put $70 pads on. These Fenestrateds are $50, I believe. So again, why would you shell out that much money for a $25 pair of headphones? Now, if I was going to do other mods to this headphone, maybe. Okay, you can get the first one on, but you can't get the second one on. Come on, Dave. Okay, there we go. Now we've got Duconi Blue pads on. Yeah, okay, definitely snugger on the head. That is for sure. These add a lot more clamp to them. It's not like squeezing a melon or anything, but it definitely is more clampy. Let's try a couple more songs. I'm not going to do the same songs as I did. We'll just do some random stuff here. I will call out every single song. Okay, here we go. Longmire theme. Okay, Shania Twain, That Don't Impress Me. Dance mix version. How about some Brooks and Dunn Hillbilly Deluxe? David Phelps, Battle Hymn of the Republic. Elton John, Your Song. John Williams, Summon the Heroes. David Crowder Band, Oh for a Thousand Tongues. God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood. Lauren Belfi, the Terminator Genesis soundtrack, Terminated. Alice in Chains, No Excuses. With or Without You by U2. Hey. And then last but not least, Billy Idol, White Wedding. Okay, so just between these two pads, the Deconi Blue Hybrid and the Deconi Fenestrated leathers, and then the stock, okay? For one, comfort is improved. I'll give you that. But again, Kitty, no. Sorry. He's about to break my cable. Stock pads are not bad on the Monoprice. Sorry for the cat hair. 'Tis the season of shedding. Stock pads are not terrible on the Monoprice Retros for me. The problem was the seal wasn't perfect. Okay. But again, I didn't feel necessary to change the pads because of comfort, which is the only reason why I changed pads. But when you do put the two Deconis on, you do feel a difference in comfort. I think that the Fenestrateds felt better overall, just they were lighter and they fit in my ear better because it's circular, whereas with the Deconi Blue Hybrids, it's more of a like oval, squarish. I would call it more square. Wow, cat, good night. Anyways, so in that regard, I would say that the Fenestrateds are more comfortable. Sound-wise, between those two, depending on what you're going for, the hybrid for the Deconi Blue is a warmer sound, thicker bass, and brings the mid, gives a little bit of body to the mids. Treble is still a little sibilant and a little sharp, and that could be because of the angled pad, could be for various reasons, but also these are a sharp headphone or a harsh in the treble. So there's that, okay? The Fenestrateds do not do as much to the bass and the mids. It keeps it a little bit more on the neutral or siding sound of things. It adds a little bit of bass impact that lacks from the stock pad, but again, that could just be the seal on my head. But it doesn't make the treble quite as noticeable as it is with the hybrid. But it is better than it is with the stock pad. I do not recommend putting $50 pads or $70 pads on a $25 headphone. I don't recommend it. If you want to do it, go for it. It's your choice. I wouldn't recommend these headphones. Stock. Now, if you go into it knowing you're going to modify them and know that you're going to improve them, you'll improve them slightly, but I don't think it's worth the cost. Because if you put $25 headphone and then you put the $70 hybrid pad on or the $50 Fenestrated, you're at $75 to $95. And there are a whole lot more headphones at the $70 to $95 range that you could just buy and you won't have to do any modifications. That's my personal opinion. Now, a review will be coming out and I will mention all of this and put all the details together. And who knows, my opinion may change. But Wounded Audiophile, thank you for getting your point across about at least attempting it with different pads. Now, I'm sorry that I didn't have the Brainwaves XLs, But I'm not going to go and pay $29 for a pair of pads that I don't even like the headphone, really, that I can't recommend. I don't see a reason to put different pads on this headphone, because I'm not going to modify it. This is my thoughts. But Wounded Audiophile, this video is for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.